so often.
recording.
I reference it so often that I forgot where it was from. But that is the original Willy Wonka, correct? Or the '70s Willy Wonka. Gene
Um,
Wilder. He goes, button, button, who's got the button
yes, yes.
on that Jawbreaker machine?
The
it's like yeah,
everlasting
yeah, God,
gobstoppers.
yeah. Which, by the way, I wanted one of those so fucking bad.
Everybody wanted one of those when they were a kid.
I wanted one so bad. They look delicious. They look like um. I know that Jimmy Neutron came way after Willy Wonka, but they reminded me of the candies in Jimmy Neutron. You remember those by any chance?
Oh man, I don't know if
Hang
I
on.
do.
Jimmy Neutron candy. Yeah, it was some candy that Jimmy made where it was a purple ball with a bunch of little yellow bits on it. Think of like a Nerds
Yeah,
gummy cluster but low poly.
yeah. I think I do remember that.
Yeah. Don't remember anything else about it. I just remember what they look like. Okay.
Um, we are live, so hi chat. Today we are gonna be doing some Halo. For the moment, we're gonna be recapping Halo 1. So, for context, the last time that I tried to stream with a couple friendos, I did Halo Wars 2, and when I tried to switch over to Master Chief Collection just to mess around in there for a little bit, my PC completely died, and that was because my hard drive was corrupted. So it's been a week ish, a little more than a week. I've got a new hard drive. I have nothing from the original hard drive anymore because I didn't have a backup on it. So all of the VODs from the previous Halo playthroughs totally gone. So I felt like kind of just recapping with Triss for a little bit while I
Yeah.
work on. I like to do. I wanted to get a thumbnail done for the Halo 2 playthrough, which is what I'll be working on now, but I don't have it done for like before stream. But I will probably use it for like a video thumbnail whenever
Well,
I
to
get
tell you
around to.
consolation, we did have a Viking funeral for the other hard drive.
Yes, we did do that.
Yeah. It burned it on a massively oversized bed of sticks
Yes.
and out, well, I say we did burn it, but shot a flaming arrow at it and
Yeah.
everything. May or may not have had the fire department called on us
Yeah.
because you're technically not. Apparently, you're not allowed to do that anymore. But whatever,
It was How to Train Your Dragon 2 all over again. Yes.
dude. So I told you about how I watched Tropic Thunder for the first time last week, right?
Oh God. Please be careful
Yeah.
with your next words.
It was just very jarring hearing Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon talk about such adult things at times. Because I didn't even realize it was him until, like, I was like, I feel like I recognize it did, the voice did not super come out until he was talking about a very adult thing. And then I was like, I had to pause. And I looked at Asher and I went, that's Hiccup. And they were like, no. I'm like, yeah, that's
Yep.
fucking Hiccup. And they were like, oh, no. And that's what he's talking about. I don't know what I am and am not allowed to say.
What?
I don't know what I am and am not allowed to talk about on here.
About
So I'm just leaving it at that.
well,
But as I was saying that, you were drawing a bulge on your character. So I'm
you
like,
shush.
I was like, maybe I can. It's
Look,
very
just don't
convenient.
regarding Tropic Thunder, don't talk about Robert Downey Jr. and then I feel fine. How about that?
Okay, fair.
We'll make that the rule of thumb.
Anybody who's watched Tropic Thunder already knows and doesn't care.
Oh, yeah.
But but I will not talk about it, just in case. It also...
Yeah, I've kind of got the sense that most people at this point don't care, and I think probably him being Iron Man helps with that a little bit at least. But also, I would feel better if no.
Nah, yeah, just in case. It doesn't need to be talked about. And
Yeah.
I feel a desperate need to talk about it anyway. So, like, I don't care. Dude, man, if I wasn't already, like, technically preoccupied on Sundays, I would say we should start doing Halo 1 Sundays. Because it's Energy Sword Sunday.
Energy Sword Sunday? I haven't...
You never heard... Yeah, that's a thing on Tumblr. That may be a Tumblr thing. And maybe not as popular of a thing anymore, but I remember Energy Sword Sunday being a thing for a little while.
Cool.
Okay. So you want me to give my brief understanding of the plot of the first game?
No,
You tell me what actually happened?
I was figuring we'd just like kind of do a back and forth of recapping the events. Yeah. So, Halo 1, you start off on the Pillar of Autumn, floating towards this big old ring-shaped planet. And then, like, you're Master Chief, you wake up in a cryopod, and you get sent to the bridge of the ship to go meet up with Captain Keyes. And he's like, oh, we found the Covenant followed us here from Reach, and we need to...
What is Reach, by the way? Is that, like...
It's a human colony.
Okay.
Yep. And he kind of starts talking about, like, oh, the Covenant are about to destroy the ship. I'm going to land our ship on the ring world. You need to take Cortana and get her out of here and away from the Covenant, because if they capture her, they will learn Earth's location and humanity is doomed. Because this is like a war that's been going on for decades. And humanity is losing very badly.
A genuine question.
Yeah.
And the answer might be just as obvious as I think it is. Why did they make Cortana look like that? They didn't have to make an AI look like that.
Do you want to be specific, or are you just talking about...
So, like, I'm sure the reason is, marketability. Marketable ability. Oh, you put a hot woman in this fucking franchise. Is the real reason. But is there an in-lore reason?
I don't think so. Not that I know of.
Because it's kind of how it is, like, there's a character in the Metal Gear series that is a woman who is a sniper, and she, like, barely has any clothes on. And I was like...
Oh, Quiet.
Yeah, Quiet. I almost wanted to call her Silent, but then I was like, I don't think that's it. Or something like that. But I'm pretty sure she can't talk, and also doesn't wear a lot of clothes. And I was like, that feels very, like, that's...
I mean, outside of Universe, they did it for exactly the reason you're thinking of.
Exactly, but, like, that's the thing with the Metal Gear series, is that, like, I feel like they're very self-aware of, like, they know how sexist that is, and that's the joke. I feel like it's a joke, because, like, Metal Gear Solid is not the most serious series, from what of my basic understanding of it.
Dude, they put a cyborg with a samurai sword and a fucking sombrero.
Yeah, is there a character named Otacon, who, like, he gave himself that nickname after Otaku Convention?
Oh, I have no idea about that. I'm talking about Raiden from Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. I watched that whole playthrough.
Is it Raiden or Raiden? I've always said Raiden.
Raiden is Mortal Kombat, I think.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. But yeah, you know, like, when I was watching Asher play that, I was like, please enlighten me with the lore reason as to why she is being a sniper with a bra and panties on. thinking like the answer was gonna be there is no answer. They just made her like that. No,
Nope.
but then I was somehow even more baffled to find out that there is a lore reason, which is like, what is it like? Like her skin got burned and it hurts her to wear clothes or something like that.
It's supposed to be like she got burned, and I think her lungs don't work anymore, so they made it so that she can breathe through her skin.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
So like,
And I was
so
like,
like if she's wearing too much clothes, she can't breathe so good.
yeah. So my response to that was, they just wanted to make a character that was a naked woman who doesn't talk. But
Well,
you know
yeah.
what? It's so ridiculous that I have to applaud them because they have to be self-aware. I'm like, this level of sexism has to be completely on purpose and done as a joke. Because there's no way. There's no fucking way you don't know.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
say
they know.
that. I say that, but I remember. I don't know the specifics on this, but somebody, please tell me you know what I'm talking about. There was some space mission that they were sending a woman on. A 7-day space, like, was gonna be in space for 7 days. That was it. 7 days on a spaceship. And they asked her if a pack of 100 tampons was gonna be enough. And they with full certainty asked her that was gonna be enough.
That's awesome. That's ridiculous.
This is how I test my male friends, by the way. Is by giving them that story and seeing if they laugh at it, knowing that that's ridiculous, or if they sit there and go, "Well, yeah, was that enough?" Thankfully, no male friend I have made has done that. But one of these days, I feel like it's gonna happen. I feel like it's gonna happen, and I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, we're done."
I mean, if she was, scheduled to, do her thing,
Okay, that's the thing. I understand. I think it was first of all.
a person would at least go through a dozen. Maybe. I don't know.
I was gonna say like a box would have been fine. Just for your frame of reference. I don't want to go into the specifics on how periods work on your stream. Um,
Thanks.
but I'll just tell you. First of all, if she wasn't even on her period, it wouldn't have even been needed at all.
Right.
If she was, then yeah, they can last up to 7 days. But a box would have been fine. A box.
Oh
Like a box that has like a 12 or 24 pack, depending.
I just wonder, how much money would it cost NASA to ship 100 fucking tampons to space? Like, what in the hell?
You know about that fucking pink tax, man. It would have been a lot.
A lot.
Just general, that's just what they call the general thing of feminine products costing more.
Maybe this.
And not even just tampons costing too much. I mean, that is part of it, but also just in general, you'll probably notice if you take a closer look. For example, female targeted razors versus men's razors. The feminine ones usually cost more.
Right.
And things of that nature. And that's why they call it the pink tax, because it's like, you're a woman, you get paid more for shit.
Okay. Hi, Sage. Thanks.
Thank you, Sage. I made sure that his audio worked. I couldn't help him beyond that.
Just here to lurk. Well, I'll appreciate it anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we love lurkers. Back to the Halo plot. I'm sorry.
Right. So you collect Cortana from Master Chief, and you get your ass in the escape pod and onto the ring world. And the next mission after that revolves around you regrouping with a bunch of the survivors from the ship, and Cortana hacks into the Covenant battlement during the mission to kind of figure out where Captain Keyes is being held, After you've regrouped with all the survivors from the ship, you load up onto a Pelican and you get shipped out to this Covenant ship that is docked
I'm
above a.
so I'm so sorry. I know that is a type of vehicle, but I pictured everybody loading up onto an actual fucking giant pelican.
It's just Finding Nemo, like third act.
Hold on! Get into my mouth! And they're just and the Covenant is doing the seagull noises.
Mine, 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 mine.
Yeah, mine.
That's the jackals, because they're the
Oh,
looking
somebody
ones.
make it. Oh my fucking god, I need to fucking man, I wish I knew how to animate. I would so do.
I mean, one day.
Master Chief and Johnson in a pelican's mouth flying away and Covenant on ships just going mine. Okay. Onward. So they get up in the pelican, they're getting away.
Yeah,
Back to what you were saying.
and then we load into the first of Halo's like stereotypical sniper-centered missions where you're fighting across this desert plateau where the Covenant carrier, not carrier, cruiser is docked. Carriers are much bigger than cruisers. We'll figure that out very soon. But you get to the grav lift where they are using a little area to offload troops and supplies from the ship and go up into the ship, fight your way through a couple of shuttle bays, get to the brig and reunite with Captain Keyes. He starts delivering exposition about how the guards were talking in English, of course, because they're totally aliens that know English. About how Halo is
Really and truly, like I'm sorry, this is just how I am. Um when it comes to shit like that, I just assume they have like built-in translator. Because I mean that I feel like that's not too far-fetched in this universe
yeah.
for these soldiers to have like built-in translators
Mm,
for shit like this. Okay, continue.
yeah. I mean, the grunts were at least speaking English in the previous game,
That's true. Yeah, it's
and
like
the elites at least really like Pozzoli.
it's like and Doctor Who. It's like that's their explanation for all these aliens speaking English or people from different non-English speaking areas of the universe
Yeah.
speaking English. It's the TARDIS translating it for you.
Right. Or
Yeah.
like in Mass Effect, they have like I think they just have implants for that kind of thing, but like they
Yeah.
can't be too invasive because they eventually find some people who don't have those.
Yeah, I would assume in the Halo universe, especially, for these like born to fight soldiers, I feel like it would be an implant of some sort.
mhm. Most UNSC do actually have neural implants. That is part of the lore. It's just that some of them have more complex models than others. Like Keys definitely has a very high tech implant, and so does Master Chief, because they actually have like data in there. You know, Chief has Cortana in the back of his head. Keys has all this like navigational data just sitting in the back of his noggin,
Yeah.
as well as like
Which
security
I
kits for
love
the Autumn.
I love that these devs went out of their way to explain to us how these soldiers go to the bathroom, by the way, in the most disgusting way possible.
Excuse- oh, well, that only applies to the Spartans.
Yeah, still.
Yeah, chat. If you didn't know this, Spartans are catheterized fully, like all the time, as long as they're in their armor at least.
Yep. So all those fantasies you have of Master Chief, just know he's always pissing. Or you never
Constantly.
know when he's pissing. I guess he's not constantly pissing, but you never know when he's pissing.
I feel like at that point it just gets sucked out of you, like you're not really pissing, like it's just being extracted.
I mean, like for Master, I mean, like he's born, isn't he basically born like that? So like it's fucking normal to him, and I'm sure normal to everybody else he's around.
So the lore about
But
how Spartan 2s are created, and he's a Mark II Spartan. Well, his armor is Mark 5, at least in the previous game, but he's a Spartan 2. And the way Spartan 2s are made is that this Office of Naval Intelligence lady named Dr. Halsey kidnapped a bunch of 6-year-olds and trained them from the age of 6 to like late teenager, I think, is when they started getting their armor.
That's
And yeah,
ethical.
yeah, totally ethical. Totally not war
So
crimes.
many, so many ethical things happen during war, don't you think?
Oh yeah, I there's a lot of franchises going around that are like high propaganda and like Helldivers or Starship Troopers, where you know everything going on is not okay in any shape or form, but that's just part of the universe. Halo, I think, is that, but a lot more subtle about it. Like it's
Yeah.
a lot more behind the scenes, where the general populace doesn't know anything about what's going on.
Well, I
But
think that's kind of. I feel like that is kind of the whole point of Helldivers is that it's very obviously like the whole fight for democracy. Like we all know as audience members, we know that that's propaganda, but you are playing the propaganda. You know.
exactly.
Uh. Like just because we as the audience know that doesn't mean that the people we're playing as know that.
I feel like in Help Divers or Starship Troopers, there it's prevalent enough to where that they know. Like
Yeah,
they're
but I also have
very
not played either of those games, so I'm going off of just what little knowledge I have.
mm,
But Helldivers especially, like it's like that's definitely like satirical. I think is
exactly.
the word for it. Halo, not so much. I feel like Halo is kind of like
You definitely get more of that if you read the books.
yeah.
Yes. Fun fact: in 2001, however long ago, the Halo book Fall of Reach, which is like a prequel to this game, actually came out first. So Halo is actually a book first and a game second. I'm sure they were working on the game at the same time as working on the book, but still, technically speaking, Halo was originally a book.
And apparently a Netflix show at some point in 2021, which I found out today,
No, it wasn't.
was was promptly told to forget that knowledge immediately.
Delete this heresy. Let's see.
So where are
So
we at with the lore?
So as far as the recap goes, let's see. You find keys in the Covenant brig on their carrier, and he starts talking about how he overheard the guards talking about how the ring world is called Halo, and Cortana goes and accesses their sort of information system, and she determines that Halo is a super weapon of some kind that has vast, like, unimaginable power, but is also significant to the Covenant's religion.
okay.
And they start talking about how the Covenant is on the ring looking for Halo's control room. So Keyes sends Chief and Cortana on a mission to find the control room first. So they fight their way out of the ship. Keyes loads everybody into a Covenant dropship to fly them all out of there. And we load into, I think, mission 4, which would be the Silent Cartographer. Now, the Silent Cartographer, a cartographer is a Forerunner AI on the ring, kind of like a very basic one, more like a
Excuse you, no, that's a person who makes maps. Thank you very much.
well, in
Anyway.
Halo, cartographer is referred to sort of like a data system where you can go and access maps about several Forerunner installations. Um, so you get sent to an island where the silent cartographer is kept, and you access it to figure out where Halo's control room is after fighting through several different waves of Covenant that are already on the island. Lots of hunters are around. The one like elite zealot with the sword at the very end. Shut up, dork. Yeah, she's a dork. A dork who, during that mission, found a rocket launcher for the first time after we fought our way out of the security room on the Silent Cartographer's Island. I knew she was going to do it, but I still let her blow me up immediately, anyways. I knew it was coming, and
Unnecessary evil.
yeah, I'm sure we're going to get to that again here pretty soon as we get through this little recap. So anyway, once you find the coordinates for Halo's control room, you find that the way to get there is to go inside of the planet, sort of, to kind of access Halo's subsystems, and from there you can find your way to the control room. Loading up into the next mission revolves around a lot of running around, fighting through more Covenant in a lot of very identical rooms that actually kind of make up some of Halo's firing mechanisms and such. Are we still working on the first game, or are we on Halo 2 already? So the only reason I'm recapping Halo 1 right now is because I want to make a video for every Halo game that we get through. But since my hard drive got corrupted, I don't have any of the footage from the last game. So I'm going to make up for it by recapping everything here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not perfect, but it's what we got. Yeah. I also did not have any backup flash drives or cloud saves set up. So all of that's gone.
We do. All we have is 2 clips that I made.
Yep.
From...
Yep.
But God, are they good?
There's some good clips.
And I feel like like, okay, I know this is not the ideal of what you wanted, but like, I feel like talking about it here, like, not to my own horn, but I think we got good content going here talking about this.
Yeah. Honestly, I just like having friends around when I'm streaming, because I feel like having somebody to have some back and forth with just is
absolutely
immeasurable improvement to content.
Yeah, that is such a big learning curve for streaming, and I still struggle with this too. Is learning how to talk when nobody's there, and it is hard. I will be the first to tell you, even as someone who does solo streams a lot, it is so much easier when you've got someone there playing with you and talking to you, so that you have someone to bounce off of. It is a skill that you have to, it's a learned skill, to learn how to talk to yourself out loud and make it interesting.
That's true.
You just gotta keep practicing, man.
Yeah, I mean, I've only been streaming since I got back from the trip to Memphis, which would be like June.
Yeah.
A few months.
We had good times in Memphis.
It's true. I shot her with a Nerf gun.
And then
and then everybody else also shot her with Nerf guns.
Yeah, we brought Nerf guns for that trip. It was fun. Fun getting to meet up there. I very much enjoyed the zoo. I got to see sea lions.
I got to see 2 turtles fucking.
Yeah, we all saw that. Absolutely. Well, I guess it depends on the person. I think people who are like way more experienced streamers may have a preference for being solo, just because sometimes streams with friends can get a little too chaotic. But
yeah,
it
kind of depends on how you want to build your brand.
Yeah.
I think like there's a lot of people who will mostly do collabs, while there's some people who mostly do solo stuff.
Yeah. I find, and I need to get back in the habit of doing this, but what I try to do for streams is write down ahead of time, like jot down stuff I want to talk about. And if I feel like I'm struggling to talk, I will look at that list and be like, okay, what can I bring up now that might be able to start a conversation or something that I can rant about without anybody? Because you gotta, again, you gotta learn how to be comfortable talking to yourself. Because sometimes
Mm-hmm.
there's not going to be people there to bounce off of you. It might be a lot of lurkers. Um, so you got to learn how to bounce off of yourself, and it is difficult. It's difficult.
I honestly was thinking of writing out a script for this intro right here, and I'm kind of thinking maybe I should have done that because I keep catching myself pausing in the middle of
It's my fault. I
sentences.
keep interrupting you and going on tangents.
No, it's literally just me not having a good train of thought.
So last we left off was, uh, you were talking about last thing I remember. Oh God, I'm trying to help you get back on
Uh,
track, but now
Assault
I'm
on the
not
control
remembering.
room is where we were at.
Yes.
Yeah, I can. I'm just talking about like stuff when I go on a tangent. I won't. My brain thinks too quickly, and I go too fast, and I can't form sentences so good. I literally just did that in that sentence.
No, like same. I will it's not even yes, I stutter and sometimes will say things like incorrectly in terms of like I'll go like blah, 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 whatever. You know, shit like that. But I will just say phrases incorrectly, almost as if English is my second language. And I'm like, nope, I just wasn't thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I was just speaking before I thought.
Yeah. Cartographer. Well, no. So we find the in Halo. After you find the cartographer, you start making your way to Halo's control center in the back of the Pelican, piloted by the one and only Fohammer, who is kind of like your Uber for the entire game. Like she's the Pelican pilot that you can really rely on the entire time, starting with
The one who I thought had bad voice acting is that
yes.
I'm I'm sorry to that lady, but I felt like the voice acting was a little dry.
You know our motto: we deliver.
That's exactly how it sounded. You did that exactly how she did it, and that's why I'm like, ugh.
It's
Anyway, sorry,
2001.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
If I ever meet her, I'm gonna be like, I'm so fucking. She's gonna be like, I heard you were talking shit.
Just gonna drop a warthog on you from space.
I died to save you in that last mission.
That's true.
This is how you thank me. Spoilers.
Spoilers. Yeah.
Spoilers. Spoilers. She died.
Spoilers. Fohammer fucking dies. 2001
Spoilers.
Halo.
Most everybody died.
This is true. Even Dustin echoes.
Okay. So,
So, Assault on the Control Room features Chief and Cortana fighting through several different rooms of Covenant, over bridges and across like frozen landscapes, meeting up with several different groups of Marines and armoring up with various weapons like sniper rifles, rocket launchers. In one section, you get to drive a tank through a good chunk of the mission, blasting banshees and wraiths.
and then you find out how difficult it is to drive a tank.
Yeah, if you don't know how to drive a tank so good, you will find yourself at the bottom of this big ass chasm in the middle of the mission instead of going
Cause
over the
of death
bridge.
didn't get driver's license.
Cause of death, DUI. Well,
um,
you find your way to Halo's control center, which is this big ass like pyramid looking structure. Fight your way in there and you plug Cortana in to start accessing the systems or whatever. And she starts pulling data out of there, seeing if they can use Halo against the Covenant. Excuse me. In doing so, she finds out that the ring was built by this ancient race called the Forerunners. Now, you don't get a lot of exposition on them in this game, I think, but before she can even think about telling Chief about the Forerunners, she realizes that the Covenant found something buried in the ring, and they're afraid of it. And she also realizes that this thing that they found is where Captain Keyes is on his way to, because he is on his way to find some kind of weapons cache to help them fight the Covenant on the ring. So she sends Chief to go stop the captain from unlocking something that has everybody freaked the fuck out. Chief gets dropped
So,
off in the middle of a swamp. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, genuine question. Could they not just fucking, like, go on the radio comms to him and be like, hey, the Covenant are really afraid of something buried in there. Let's not fuck with it.
I
Or
believe
was he, like, out of range?
in the silent cartographer mission, there's some dialogue where he mentions that he's going to drop out of radio contact because he's going underground, because it is an underground facility.
Okay, that makes
Yep.
sense. Alright.
An
I
underground
wasn't sure if
city
they ever...
facility underneath a swamp, which is where you find yourself in the start of the sixth mission, named 343 Guilty Spark.
This is not me trying to be cynical of like, oh, why didn't that, like, you could tell I grew up watching Cinema Sins, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But,
I
like,
did too.
it's not out of cynicism. I just genuinely wonder if they ever explain that, or if it's just don't question it kind of deal.
Nope. Nope. That one actually got
I don't
explained.
care if it is a don't question it kind of deal. I'll make up my own fucking thing for it, like that. But
Yeah.
curious. Okay, so they go to get Keys. That's where
Yep.
we're at.
You get dropped off in the middle of a swamp, and you start fighting through several waves of grunts and jackals. Strangely, there's no elites and not even any hunters around. Um, Moreover, all the Covenant are actually running from something. You experience flashes on your motion sensor of friendly contacts, even though you know there's no friendlies in the area, or gunfire coming from around corners and stuff while Covenant run away. And as you move your way into the facility, you find several pieces of evidence that shit is really not good. There's broken light bridges and stuff's on fire. Several already dead Covenant enemies. There's one Marine who is completely freaked out and is even willing to fire on Chief as you make your way down, yelling about
Yeah.
there's monsters in the facility somewhere. So you keep making your way down to the base of the facility, and you find a room full of missing dead Marines. There's one propped up against the door to the basement as you walk in. Otherwise, there's several helmets scattered around, a little bit of ammo, and lots of blood. You find the helmet of one Corporal Wallace Jenkins. Actually, I think he's a private. And you start watching that back, seeing how how Jenkins' squad under Johnson's command makes their way into the facility to kind of check it out before Keyes gets there. And then later on, Keyes does arrive, finding that they found a lot of dead Covenant as well. There's even one elite that has its insides ripped out and is covered in plasma scoring as if it got taken out by friendly fire. And then you get to the part where they are seen entering the room that you are in while you're watching all this. And they get ambushed by these little squiggly doers that just swarm all over them in like a flood. Which is what they
Yep.
are. You are introduced
That
to
was
the
an
flood.
extremely, like, for a 2001 shooter game. That was a super chilling fucking cutscene, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was no music or anything. It was you're just seeing this guy's last moments and seeing what fucking terror was just unleashed,
Mm-hmm. So
and
as
like shit was fucked.
indeed, it's definitely a famous cutscene. Any, in fact, any cutscene that has to do with the flood very closely is a favorite among fans.
Yeah,
Now, as
I guess you're
you
right.
finish up watching the recording from the Marine, you start to hear noises like you heard in the recording, and you also get ambushed by the flood, finding out that the smaller organisms are not the only enemies that make
Yep.
up the flood horde, because you get ambushed by elites that have been mutated by the flood to have tentacles and sensory organs, and their necks are dislocated and pushed to the side. And then later on, you find enemies that are made from humans the same way. As you fight your way to get back up out of the facility, you eventually reestablish radio contact with Foehammer and even find another squad of Marines who are just utterly freaked out by the appearance of these brand new enemies in
Oh yeah,
addition to
Keys is dead at this point, right? Isn't he?
it's not
Is
known if he's dead just yet, just because
okay.
the recording cuts out before you can really confirm or
I
deny whether he's still around.
Yeah, I forgot who's
Yeah,
dead and who's not.
he's definitely presumed dead at this point. Let's see.
Yeah.
So as you get back up into the swamp and link up with some more Marines, they start talking about how there's a structure in the middle of the swamp that they can get to, which will have enough space for Foehammer to come and pick him up to get him out of there. As you get to the structure, you meet up with these drones that start descending from the sky that start shooting at the flood and kind of helping to fight them off. And you are greeted by the monitor of the Halo installation that you're on, named 343 Guilty Spark, which the mission is named after. He talks about how somebody has released the flood, and he takes you on a mission to stop it from leaving the installation. And then that leads into the library. The library is one of the longest missions in Halo history, with lots of big ass hallways that all look the same, and locked doors and elevators that move
Yeah, I
very
was gonna say
slowly.
I remember that one being really long.
Yep, and just filled all the way to bursting with flood forms. This is also where you meet up with the last flood form to be introduced in the game, which is the carrier form. The carrier form being a combat form that has been around for too long and has kind of deteriorated to have its biomass used to spawn more of the smaller infection forms.
Yeah.
And the whole reason you're fighting through the library is to get to this thing called the index at the very end, which is the key that you use to activate the installation. And Spark kind of talks about how once we get that, we can activate Halo, and that will eradicate the flood. Several
And it's
hours.
like, oh, okay, yeah, all good, right?
Yep, 1 or 2 hours later, you actually get the index, and Spark immediately teleports you back to Halo's control room, and he even tricks you into inserting the index into the control panel, and Halo starts booting up, but is immediately stopped by Cortana, who starts to explain that Halo isn't designed just to wipe out the flood. It is designed to wipe out all sentient life in the entire galaxy. So, and then Chief kind of confronts Guilty Spark about this, asking if it's true or not, and he confirms that, yeah, this is designed to wipe the galaxy clean of all sentient life. Or at least a good chunk of it is. And then uh, the only way to permanently destroy all sentient life in the galaxy is to activate the other installations as well. scattered throughout the galaxy. It's at this point that Spark ends up betraying Chief and having his Sentinels attack him to try and get Cortana, because she, being a digital being who is in the control room's control panel, has taken the digital version of the index, thinking like the physical index that you got from the library is like a flash drive with
Yeah.
codes that will activate Halo when plugged in. But she's taken the digital essence of the index and brought it with her after you retrieve her from the core and start fighting your way through Sentinels, Covenant, and several different Flood. Now, as soon as you get back outside of the control room, Cortana talks about how you can't just... Let's see. They start formulating a plan to use the Pillar of Autumn that crash landed on the ring to detonate its engines, which will destabilize the ring and destroy it for good.
That
Cortana...
seems like a good plan, because that's where the Flood are, so...
Yep, that's true. So Cortana decides that she is going to start searching the Covenant BattleNet to figure out if she can find where the Pillar of Autumn crash landed, as well as where Keyes is. Because the only way to access the ship in that way is to get the captain's command codes, which are stored in his neural implants in his brain. While this is going on, she also instructs Chief to start fighting through the canyon from the assault on the control room mission, because this canyon contains the... What did she say it was? The firing engines. No. What exactly? Pulse generators is what she referred to them as, which kind of help Halo to fire deep into space. And she mentions that destroying these generators will buy them enough time to distract the Monitor, because he will have to repair them if Halo is to be activated. After destroying all 3 pulse generators, she is able to access Halo's teleportation grid and teleports you onto a Covenant carrier where Keyes is once again being held. Except it's totally a different carrier this time. I swear to God. And you are teleported on there. You find out that it's been completely overrun with Flood, and the Covenant are trying to retake the ship and get it off the ring so that the Flood can't use it to escape. While this is happening, you fight your way through all the enemy forces and get to the bridge of the ship to find Captain Keyes. It's at this point that you learn that Captain Keyes has been integrated into a giant Flood organism that is referred to as a proto-grave mind, and has been just absorbed into the Flood's intelligence. At this point, you take the command neural implants out of Keyes' head very violently and find a ride off of the carrier back to the Pillar of Autumn.
Isn't where also... Didn't we get to hear, like, his last thoughts before he got integrated? And
Yes.
he was, like, fighting to keep his own sentience?
This is true.
And
we did see that.
Also extremely chilling, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Right. There's a terminal next to where Keyes is being held in that mission that kind of goes into his final moments of humanity before he succumbs to the Flood's hive intelligence and completely loses his identity.
Yeah, because it's like they're zombies, but the hive mind... Because, I mean, the hive mind was talking to him.
Yes.
That's what, like, really fucking got me. I was like, it's like zombies, but it's not an instinct thing. This is like,
yes,
a sentient force.
The Flood will take your collected intelligence and use it to inform itself and propagate its own existence. Yes. Now, after you fight your way out of the carrier and find a ride to get to the Pillar of Autumn, you land and you find that the Covenant, Flood, and the Sentinels have all kind of started to set up shop there. So you
Oops.
fight your way to the bridge and you plug in the command codes you got from Keys' skull and start the self-destruct sequence. But at this point, Spark interjects, having already accessed the Pillar of Autumn's core and taken it off. Well, he's trying to take the core offline so that it can't be remote detonated at all. And at this point, Chief comes up with the plan to just blow the engines to bits manually with explosives.
Yeah, just like go ahead and just if it can't do it remotely, might as well get in there and blow it up.
Yep. Let's see. So they fight through way more enemies through the Pillar of Autumn's mess hall and cryo bays. There's a armory bay that you can use to find more explosives right next to the engineering deck, because that's totally safe OSHA compliant planning.
The biggest crime of them all, from all of this, is that I never got my orange juice from the mess hall. By the way, could I just add? Because didn't they have what? I really think I'm a lot funnier than I am.
I think you're pretty funny looking. Hmm?
Wow. Wow. Okay. Tell me how you really feel.
So, you get to the engine room and you blow up the engines with various rockets and grenades. Shy's here. Who's funny? I think everybody's funny in their own way. Shy, we're just recapping the previous game because I lost all of my footage from that, and I would like to make a video for each Halo game. So we're getting some alternate footage for the first one, which is this. It's not really footage, I guess. It's more audio than anything. I'm also working
Yeah,
on a piece
it's
dedicated
footage. You
to this
have
game.
B-roll footage of you working on art. And it's you talking about it while I make stupid comments that aren't funny in
I'm
the
coming a little
process.
quiet. Honestly, I think that's just me. If I'm being... I clicked mute on accident. But yeah, I think that might just be me. I can... Maybe that's a little better. I can move my mic a little bit closer to my face, but other than that...
You definitely just started sounding a little bit louder to me,
Hmm.
like in a good way. So
Hopefully I'm clear enough. Let's see.
I believe so.
Well, anyway, after you get the engines to start detonating, you get your way out of the engineering bay and start moving towards the vehicle bay so that you can find a ride off the Pillar of Autumn and off the ring in general, because it's about self-destruct. You load up into a Warthog and then you start racing through an honest to God Hot Wheels-esque sports like track
And I gotta
that
say
is
that
in
was
the
the
middle
most
of a
stressful but most fun mission of the entire game.
goddamn spaceship that doesn't even make sense because it's literally longer than the canon length of the ship itself. Anyway, the plan is to take the Warthog about halfway down the ship so that you can link up with Foehammer and everybody can get out of here. Unfortunately, upon reaching that point, Foehammer is attacked by two Covenant Banshees and she is taken down. So you have to get to the entire other end of the ship to reach a longsword fighter that can get you off the ring world.
Which we did.
Yep. I had Triss doing this herself, and she got to the end first try, so kudos to her.
Dude, most people don't.
I would say no. I definitely didn't.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm just built different, man.
Let's see. You take the ship, you take the longsword off of Halo, and you watch in the distance as the Pillar of Autumn explodes and takes Halo with it. Now do it again on heroic. I don't know if we could. Heroic's not too bad, honestly. But anyway, you
Maybe.
escape Halo's destruction, and that's kind of where the first game ends.
Yeah, and
Hmm.
so it's like, okay, Flood's gone. No way we can make a sequel about this, huh?
And then they did.
And then they did. And we're about to find out how the fuck there's a sequel.
Well, there was only one Covenant fleet blown up by the destruction of Halo, so there's at least that war is still going on.
True. So
Mm. So we'll definitely be seeing them again.
maybe we will not be dealing with the Flood this time because we got rid of them.
Right. Triss, what do you think was your favorite, a couple of your favorite moments from that playthrough? Like in terms of
Um,
either story or gameplay?
um, I mean, just you know me, you know I like funny moments. Like even if it's something that's like not the game itself, it's just shit that I create. So definitely the two clips that you have.
Yeah.
But in terms of the game itself, you know, the storytelling was a little bit dry aside from the two parts where you know you're seeing what the fuck happens with the flood, where that shit's genuinely terrifying. It's like, okay, it's not a bad story, it's just, 2001 uh shit. It was just kind of like, it just felt not, it
It's kind of a
it just
basic
felt
story.
it just felt a little bit dry in the way they told it,
Yeah.
like not very cinematic. But again, 2001, so I'm not
I would say it's kind of a
um
stereotypical action game story. Yeah.
yeah.
I kind of see what you're meaning
um
there.
But again, just the thing, and it's not even a part that you're like required to see. Just a little side thing of Keyes' final moments, like that shit. I was like, that's good storytelling right there. In my opinion. Um,
Honestly, that part wasn't
like
even in the original game. That's
exactly.
part of
I'm like,
the anniversary version.
that's why I'm looking forward to the later games because I'm like, I'm
Hmm.
sure, like I'm sure there's gonna be bits where I'm like, I like how they did it in the first game better, and shit like that. But I like to think that the quality overall will just improve.
Hmm.
Um, you know, and yeah, the fucking Warhog mission at the very end was fun. Um, I t- this is and this is coming from someone, I don't play a lot of action shooters. Like I play some like hero shooters like Marvel Rivals, and I played a lot of Overwatch back in the day.
Hmm.
But, you know, I didn't grow up with Call of Duty and shit like that. I played Call of Duty Zombies with my brother on Black Ops 2, and that was kind of it. And I watched him play Call of Duty sometimes, but like I did that was not the type of game I grew up with. Um,
Hmm.
so it was kind of interesting learning. Like I'm kind of sitting here like, is this just a Halo thing or is this an action shooter thing? Like, um, I think it was kind of cool that you can have a favorite gun for sure, but they definitely made it in a way where you can't just stick with the one gun. You know, you
Yes.
gotta you gotta be able to improvise, and in the same way that I like that with Breath of the Wild, I like that with Halo. I don't know if that's specifically a Halo thing or if that's. I feel like that's probably a Call of Duty thing too. I feel like you gotta get different. guns if you run out of ammo.
Makes you
Yeah, that
switch it
probably
up a little
is.
bit, yeah.
I think so, because if I'm remembering zombies at all, I think we did have to do that. So, um, and fuck, driving the fucking warhog off the bridge 8 times was just too fucking funny.
And the tank a couple of times.
Yeah, and shooting you with a rocket launcher a countless number of times. God, I
Playing with sticky
that's what
grenades.
that's what I regret most about you losing that footage is that I would have loved to have made a compilation of how many times I fuck up with the rocket launcher with the
I'm
fucking Benny Hill theme.
I'm
Like a
sure we'll I'm sure you'll have more opportunities.
oh, for sure. You
Yeah.
want to show those clips?
Sure, let's look at a couple of clips. These are both from Two Betrayals, roughly in the area where you start using like vehicles to get around the snowier terrain.
Yeah.
Also, yes, Shy, we'll be doing these in release order. Don't play Curse Halo with this one. The rocket shoots backwards. Yes. Cursed Halo is a mod made by some dude on
Yeah, I
YouTube
remember
that
Shy talking about that at one point. Um,
backwards
by the way, I would
facing.
just like to comment before you start with the clips. Your art is fucking fantastic, by the way. Um,
Oh, thank you.
I always say that, but like I love seeing like I was just like you made me so expressive in whatever the fuck it is you're doing here for the thumbnail, and I really appreciate that your
Yeah,
ability to do that. Like
thanks.
that is an anime face if I've ever seen one, and I fucking love it.
It's definitely kind of.
Okay.
I definitely meant it as kind of like a teaser for this game, which without giving away like too much of newer content that's in this version. Uh,
Okay.
let's see. Now, clips. All right, here's the
I
first
think
one.
I think it's the Chauncey one first.
Yep. Chauncey is the name we gave to the several unarmed
This
flood
was
combat
yeah.
forms.
This was specifically Chauncey the Fourth.
Yep. I'm dead at this point, so the only way to get me back is to,
Please, please, don't get
Look
your
away.
is to eliminate all enemies in the area.
your face. I'm
I have to do it.
sorry.
This is a very old Yeller style clip.
And this is
And the
and
second is
the second one I specifically clipped per Sage's request of wanting to hear my giggle fit.
this is Triss holding a sniper rifle and trying to get a bead on my forehead.
I just want to see your beautiful face. Come on. No, why are you hiding from me?
No. No.
From my perspective, what was really getting me was you being like, no, like you were so panically going no that you crashed the ship a little bit. And that visual
No, and then immediately
for me was just really fucking. Can you guys tell that like the longer I hang out with my friends, the stupider I get, but like in a fun way?
I think that's just normal. Like pretty much every hangout that goes for more than a couple hours, the later at night it gets, the more stupid shit gets you.
Yeah, later at night you get, and also just the more comfortable you get around each other. Um, not that I'm uncomfortable around you, but just like when you first initiate a hangout. I'm talking about this in such an autistic fashion, okay? But shut up. And it's just like it's you start off with the hey, how's your day going? All right, let's get it. And just like once the energy is set for you to start fucking joking with each other, like it just kind of snowballs from there.
Yeah.
And that definitely shows in our Halo playthroughs because it'll be like basic shit at first, and then by the end, it's that shit.
Yeah. I'm still hesitant to make these jokes, but you're a pillar of I'm not saying it.
No, say it. You started it. You have to you have to finish.
Triss, upon us starting this playthrough,
Oh,
commented that
right, pillar. I legitimately, I don't know if I said it as a joke or if I actually legitimately read it that way at first, but I called it the pillar of autism, and I was like, that's me. I appreciate you trying to be careful, but I'll say it for you because I do have autism. Yeah, I'll let the pillar of autism.
oh man.
Okay.
All right. I think we're at a good time
See,
where
yeah, I'll go ahead and get into the game now. But Shy, that is my exact fear every time I get drunk. Because then I really it's not a snowball effect. Once I'm drunk, I'm just immediately there with a max level silly. And thankfully I have surrounded myself with friends who apparently fucking love it. Um but I sit there and I'm just like I'm that annoying white girl drunk, you know? And that's just it's a fear of mine of being the annoying drunk white girl. Um I don't know. Do you think I'm annoying when I'm drunk? You've been around me drunk a couple times at this point, I think.
I don't think you're annoying. No, not at all.
I need this to not be taken out of context, but I fucking love the clip of us playing Sonic Crossworlds together while I'm drunk, and I'm sitting there like, I'm like trying to reassure y'all that like, oh, I'm just insulting because like I'm insulting you guys because you're my best friends. Like it's just a joke, and I love you guys, and please don't take it too seriously or let me know if I'm taking it too far. And then like at that whole spiel. And then I guess Asher was mad at Silver for something. And just immediately butted in with Silver, kill yourself. Just fucking lost it.
Oh my god.
Oh my. Just. Please no. Oh my. Maybe I shouldn't have. Oh my. I think
Alright. If I do make a video of this, I'll edit that word out.
Yeah.
I'll probably bleep it
Just
anyways.
censor it. Yeah, just
honestly,
bleep it.
I think bleeps are funnier than just cutting the word out, if I'm being honest. It'll be harder for me to see chat from now on because the game is full screen. I only have one screen for my PC setup, but I will have chat open on my phone. All right.
Man, what I would do for a dual monitor setup, because I work around it by just playing all my games in windowed mode. But I would love to just have a full screen game on one monitor and then all my stream shit on another. It would be so nice. Because that's what Asher gets to do, and they're like, why don't you play in full screen? And I'm like, because then I can't read chat!
Exactly. It's a lot easier to...
It's some games you can't do windowed mode, so... Alright, just invite me whenever you are ready.
I think I just sent you one.
Oh, I just got it. I just got 2 in a row.
Only 2?
And make that 3. How many did you send? Oh. What the fuck? Dude, no. Oh my fucking god. You're like, this feels like back in my PlayStation days.
Reject modernity! Accept Xbox Live!
Oh my fucking god. This is the shit that my fucking friend Kai would pull when we played on PlayStation together, like a few years ago. And I fucking hated him for it. I stopped being friends with him for this exact- No, that's not. We had a slight falling out over Dead by Daylight of all fucking games. What? All of that! And it fucked up. Do I need to download something? Was that...
Apparently I didn't have Halo 2 downloaded.
You heathen!
I have the game. I'm in the game right now, but I didn't have anything downloaded on it.
Let me double check.
You can just wait. It's going up.
Oh, I needed to install it.
You know what? We'll both install it. Here,
It
we'll
said,
just
would
hang
you
out.
like to install it now? I said yes, so does that mean it's gonna install?
It should.
I hope. I got no indication.
Are you in the game right now with a percent of 20.5 gigabytes installed on the top?
No. So what I did was I hit, because I didn't want to start the game and get spoiled or anything, so I hit missions. And okay, now when I hit missions, it does it for me. So,
It allows you in.
motherfucker.
So it was me. In my defense, hard drive.
It might have also been me.
Could have been both of us. Well, I sent you a couple invites, so you can just...
I think I need another because those went away too quick. They know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Stop. I am going to piss on you.
Don't actually.
I swear I won't. But what the fuck? I hit accept.
Really?
Son of a bitch! You sent me another. Apparently I fucked up somewhere.
Click.
How would you like to play this game? You can
How'd you like to
play
this?
her? It's either play her, stream, or cancel. Play her?
Play her.
Okay. I don't know. I'm playing a woman apparently. I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. I respect women. I don't want to be a player.
I'm
I
already
all that respect women juice. It's called energy drinks.
I just sip on the dumb bitch juice.
And it shows.
Yep. Alright, we're at 40%. I don't want to mess around with Discord streaming into Twitch streaming like I did last time, but I would do that if, since we're waiting on me. I would love to, like, have it set up so everybody can watch you play around with your cosmetics or whatever. I would like to grab a drink out of my fridge, so I'll be right back. It's right at 50% right now, by the way, for me.
We're playing Halo 2 Anniversary, correct?
Yes. To make absolutely sure that you have... How do I... Settings.
I think I customized this already. I think. I got this lime green, well, I'm sure lime green was the original color, but I have the Hoplite helmet on. I don't know if that's the default or not.
New customization. Controls.
Am I a mod?
Are you a mod?
Am I a mod
Oh,
in
I
your
see what you
stream?
mean.
No, I'm not.
Click. There
I
we
should
go.
get Saribot. Shut up. Shut up.
Shut up that Mary bot.
Sherry. I should get Saribot. Shut up for you.
Oh yeah, I only just learned about this recently, but apparently you can set custom backgrounds for stuff.
I can make the color sage. I'm doing that in honor of my love. Or what if they do? I can make it like themed around both of us. Where I'll do I'll do lavender as the main color, and then
Some
sage
pictures to
as
look at.
the...
Let's see, let me be right back. Grab a Pepsi.
No, I'd rather do the sage and then yeah, you go do that. I just now figured out I can do different colors. I look fly as fuck. I like this one. I want to just put on whatever makes me look like most like a Power Ranger.
82%. Let's see. I wonder, can I? You. This is that.
I like
87%.
Centurion because the Centurion shoulder looks vaguely like a dog.
Which game are you looking at right now? Is that Halo 2 Anniversary?
Yeah, I think I did customize this because like I'm showing different armors already picked. I just didn't. I forgot that you could mess with the colors. I think my customization got cut short.
Yeah, because Sage started flirting with you. I don't know if that was
Sage.
actually. Oh, okay.
It was
Somebody.
It was Asher.
Okay.
Asher sent me something, and I was like, I gotta go.
I gotta go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.